Hi and welcome to SCW, the wrestling channel here on youtube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Please subscribe right now, leave your comments in the comments section. Please like and share the video as well. Going to be talking about Monday Night Raw, July 22nd. It is the Raw reunion show, so plenty to talk about in this particular video. A lot of superstars have been rumoured and almost kind of confirmed, really, if you believe ringsidenews.com. So we'll be going through all of those superstars that are expected to be on the show on Raw that will be coming back for the reunion. I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons and a little bit of what I hope to see from some of the guys and girls that will be returning. So I think first and foremost, the best thing to start off with this is to go through the names that are rumoured via ringsidenews.com that will be at this Raw reunion. So I'm going to go through all the names. There's quite a few of them. So we're going to start off with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, The Godfather, Pat Patterson, Alicia Fox, which is a bit of a surprise that she's listed on there. She's, as far as I'm concerned, still an active member of the Raw roster. Jonathan Coachman, Lillian Garcia, Jillian Hall, Jerry Briscoe, Santino Marella, The Boogeyman, Ted DiBiase, Candice Michelle, Devon Dudley, Booker T, Kurt Angle, Sergeant Slaughter, Melina, Kelly Kelly, Mark Henry, Alundra Blaze, Eric Bischoff, Jerry the King Lawler, Caitlyn, Eve Torres, Ron Simmons, The Hurricane, Rikishi, Christian, Jimmy Hart, Mick Foley, X-Pac, Road Dogg, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Ric Flair, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels. What a lineup there for you of all those names that will be potentially returning there. And this has been given because apparently it's an advertised t-shirt for Raw Reunion with all those faces on them. So that is why those are all the names that have been almost linked, if you want, of why they're going to be coming out. Now, for me, it's a whole host of names, and this is a 3-hour show as it is, which normally doesn't get every superstar on anyway. This is my negative with this Raw reunion. Of course, the show has been kind of put on because I think the USA Network want to improve ratings, and this is a great way to get a ratings pop. You bring some people back. I mean, particularly Steve Austin, HBK, Stone Cold, you know, quite a few there. Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, a lot of legends there, and a lot of reasons that people, for nostalgia, would want to tune back in as well. But for me, I do worry about who is going to get TV time taken away from them this week. A lot of the younger talent, again, this is almost, the time has been taken away from them off the TV sets where they could be making a name for themselves, or hopefully will be given an opportunity to make a name via one of these legends in hopefully some sort of segment. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how WWE is going to fit all those names on there as well as the current roster. I was almost half expecting we'd see the APA come back and we'd have a poker game like we saw at Raw 25, but it will be interesting to see how and where people are going to be placed and fit in. Maybe we might get one or two on commentary. I'm going to tell you what I would really like to see. I would like to see perhaps a couple of the jobber legends, perhaps like Santino Marella being one of them, chasing for the 24/7 championship. I'd even like to see Mick Foley chase for that because of the fact that Mick Foley was the guy who introduced it. I think that it would be a great shout if Mick Foley was to win it. You haven't got to do a lot for him to sort of win it or lose it. It's not really like big bumps that needed to be made here. And they did say when this belt was introduced at one point that legends could win it. So it wouldn't surprise me as well if maybe Ted DiBiase even tried to buy the 24/7 championship. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like that. I'd really want to see Steve Austin involved in a promo segment with Becky Lynch. We've seen Becky Lynch in the past have great segments with the likes of Edge and John Cena on WWE TV. I think Steve Austin, they've tried to build her like him. I think that that would definitely be some great television. I think it would be interesting to see how they would build that and what they would do. I think we're probably going to get the natural sort of DX, NWO kind of the click style segment. I feel we're going to get that in there as well. And there's a lot of women there coming back. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if maybe they do some sort of, if some of those can still wrestle. It would be interesting to see where they would fit them in because I believe some of them can still actively wrestle. So it would be interesting to see if they would perhaps even fight towards a title match or some description, even if it's for a following week on Raw. We'd have to wait and see. But yeah, certainly will be interesting. There's a lot of names there. I will be interested to see how they're going to fit them all together and if this is going to be a good episode or not. Because, I mean, Raw 25, maybe because it was under 2 different arenas, seemed a bit of a cluster. Almost too many names to fit people on TV. It was almost they would just welcome some names back. They had a wave to the crowd and then they went back again. There has one other name rumoured I've seen on ringsidenews.com as well, which is Maurice. Now, this would make sense. Maurice is currently pregnant, but her and The Miz are expected to have their next Miz and Mrs. Series start on the USA Network, I believe on August the 6th. So we're getting near the time where they'd want to start advertising for that. So it wouldn't be a surprise if she was perhaps maybe backstage with The Miz, or maybe just make a small on-screen appearance in some form or fashion. I wouldn't be surprised with that. But of course, we've still got to fit towards the programs going towards SummerSlam and hopefully make some matches for SummerSlam as well. Of course, we know Becky Lynch against Natalya is one match that is expected. Rumours has it that Bret the Hitman Hart actually turned down an invitation to this Raw reunion. I don't know how legit that is, but it would have been interesting to see if maybe Bret Hart would have been... Maybe they could have had Becky Lynch and Natalya involved with a promo segment with Steve Austin and Bret Hart in the ring. That would have been great TV to watch, but unfortunately that one is not likely to happen. We do know as well with the Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. It'd be interesting to see if any legends have got anything to say about that. Maybe that could be the role for Hulk Hogan. Maybe he's going to say, he never faced anyone like Brock Lesnar. Maybe advising Seth Rollins, is it the best idea, and what he needs to do to slay the beast once and for all and not have him come back after him for the Universal Championship after SummerSlam. But serve lots of little ideas and teasers there of what maybe could or should happen. I definitely want to see with the 24/7 Championship and Legends. I will be majorly disappointed if that doesn't happen. But either way, whatever happens, this sounds like it is going to be a loaded Raw there. A lot of stars under one roof. We've not even mentioned wild cards here. There's probably going to be wild cards from SmackDown popping up as well. So it's going to be very, very exciting to see, and I'm just interested to see how they're going to fit everybody on television, because we've not even mentioned the likes of the Club and Ricochet, if that rivalry is going to continue and how that will work into. I mean, rumours I've last seen is that for SummerSlam that Ricochet could get the Usos as partners and we could get a 6-man tag team match. But I definitely, of the current products, it seems overshadowed with this particular episode, which I've like said is a negative, but let's hope we're going to get a fun episode of Raw here. We are going to build towards decent storylines, and we've not even mentioned Bray Wyatt. Maybe Bray Wyatt should come in and take out a legend like he did Finn Balor last week. Now that would be something that would make an impact. Maybe some legend you wouldn't expect. Someone that could still take a bump, though. We don't want to... As much as it would be awesome to see someone like Hogan take that bump, I don't think at his age he could do that. So it needs to be someone that could probably do it. Could you imagine the Boogeyman? I don't know. Maybe an idea too far. I'll leave it anyway there. There's a lot of ideas flying out there. There's definitely things they could do to make this Raw good. We'll have to wait and see what they're going to do. And hopefully maybe later in the week I can maybe get some sort of podcast going on, can give a review of what I think of the show, perhaps as we're building towards SummerSlam as well. But that's all from me anyway. And do make sure to check out Ask SCW. Episode 1 is now available to watch. Make sure to go and watch that right now on SCW. Please like and share the video as well. Subscribe. Keep up to date with everything going on SCW. And I thank everyone for their recent following. A lot of subscribers have come in, a lot of viewership as well. I do really appreciate it. Do keep the eyes here on SCW. A lot more content is coming your way. But that's all from me anyway. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. And thank you for watching here on YouTube.com. This is SCW, the wrestling channel. Take care and goodbye.